from Tamil Nadu. Welcome to each and every faculty, student, research scholar. The webinar today is being done by AICT in association with Messrs Smart Cookies Limited, being represented by Mr. Avinash Kulkarni. Sir, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. And we have Shubhangi ma'am also here, representing from Messrs Smart Cookies. Then we have Rakesh. Mute. Then we have Mr. Rakesh Khatri from Messrs Smart Cookies. Rakesh, you there?
Good morning, sir. I'm there very much, sir. Good morning. Good morning to everybody.
Very good morning. And at the same time, I also need to tell you that we have DT, there is a director from DT Tamil Nadu, Ms. Dr. Vivekanandan. Welcome, Dr. Vivekanandan. Are you there? Dr. Vivekanandan or anybody representing from the DT Tamil Nadu is there? Fair enough. We will have their response in a few time. But I need to thank the Directorate of Technical Education Tamil Nadu wholeheartedly and the regional office of AICT in Chennai for their active participation and in making sure that we have a participation strength which is maximum. So welcome on board for this particular activity. Now the whole webinar, I would be telling you the purpose of this, all of us getting together. The purpose of all of us getting together here is to carry out a very important activity, and the activity happens to be a mandatory activity as far as AICT is concerned for the purposes of regularization and for the purposes of promotion of a faculty in AICT approved institute. When I say this, please, I would like to draw attention of all the faculties to the AICT Gazette notification 1 March 2019, wherein for the purposes of promotion from every level onwards, that is from 9 alpha onwards till the time you have attained the promotion till the rank of a professor, that is level 14. It is mandatory to have a 360-degree feedback incorporated in it. Till today, the 360-degree feedback was being done in a manner which was befitting or suiting an institute under their own arrangements. Now, AICT had, along with Messrs Smart Cookies, have come out with an application or a portal, or I would rather say an app, now which will be a commonized, and it will be a common thing all across AICT approved institutes in India. And everybody is requested to please download that, register yourself on it as on behalf of your institute. That is applies to both faculty and students. And then you have to then start giving the 360-degree feedback on the application. It's a very user-friendly application. In due course of time, I would be requesting Mr. Avinash sir to please go around, and his team to please go around with the presentation, brief each one of you. But what I am driving home from AICT is that now this has become mandatory. It's compulsory by 31st March you to have downloaded this application. Now I will give you connected activities also which are being linked with this 360-degree feedback. Number one, with the coming year onwards, it is also linking all financially funded grants which we release in the form of AQIS. We are linking it with 360-degree feedback of that respective faculty who would be applying for the purposes of the scheme as a PI. That is one. Number two, we are also including this in our AICT's approval handbook. That 360-degree feedback and its implementation is mandatory for the purpose of even getting the letter of extension or extension of approval, which you people call it EOA/LOA. So please do hear this webinar. We are not going to drag it. We'll keep it very short. It will be absolutely to the point and crisp. Already my office has shared the presentation, the link, and the flowchart. The flowchart means the methodology for registration as a faculty, methodology for registration as an HOD, methodology for registration as a student. All of this has already been sent to you people. Notwithstanding, please go through the sequential presentation because there will be a lot of queries. This is the first time all of you would be implementing it. So I would now request, in case if Dr. Vivekanandan or any other staff from Directorate of Technical Education, Tamil Nadu is online, so please come on board. Okay, perfect. It gives an impression that they would be coming at a later time frame. I would also like to compliment, first of all, your state for having participating in this particular webinar in a very large numbers. It's a huge motivation to us when you people participate with these friends. But please make sure that at the end you people do comply with the request which is coming from AICTE. And slowly you will understand this is nothing but a very easy application which needs to be downloaded. We have our Honorable Vice Chairman AICTE, Professor MP Punia. He would be joining us midway. Whatever time sir joins in, we will request him also to speak few words. In the meantime, I welcome Mr. Avinash Kulkarni sir and his team. And I would request sir from here on if you can take on the presentation and just brief the complete gathering on the activities of 360-degree feedback, how to register, what are the mechanisms, and various methods wherein a student, a faculty, or an HOD or a director can keep giving marks. Over to Mr. Avinash Kulkarni, sir.
Sir, good morning to everybody. This is a great opportunity. Over 1,000 participants are there, which is great. And this is very encouraging. So I'm going to request Mr. Rakesh Khatri from our organization to take over and make the presentation. Mr. Rakesh Khatri.
Yeah, thank you everybody. Welcome on board. I will be presenting the presentation. AICTE team, can you please enable the share content, please? Yeah. Yeah. So basically welcome everybody. Today we are going to see the AICTE 360-degree feedback capture and reporting system for every faculty that is in place. Now, what is 360-degree feedback? 360-degree feedback primarily consists of 6 different feedbacks. One is the teaching process where a teacher self-reports his or her teaching process. That means his or her classes that he or she has taken. About 25 marks are for that. The teacher also says what has he contributed to society. There are about 10 marks for that. Departmental activities are added by the HOD for the teacher and they are marked at about 20 marks. Institute activities that are there and ACR that are about 10 marks each. These are given by the principal or the director for every teacher. The student's contribution in terms of feedback is about 25 marks. This all in all totals up to about 100 marks for every teacher that is there. What are we going to cover today? Today we will cover the admin functions that are there. That means prior to a student or a teacher giving a feedback, what needs to be done. We will see how easy it is for everybody to give a student feedback, teachers to give their feedback, HOD and principal included, and the implementation process, how the implementation process will take place. Now, in terms of information gathering for the institutes, how do they upload the data or how is the data classified and created? The data is classified primarily into 4 different types. One is the organization data where we enter the branch, department, class, division, basically the organization data of the institute. Second is our entities or the master's data, where we enter the student data, faculty data, supporting staff, subjects, and stuff like that. We also have is the mapping data that which allows us to give the 360-degree feedback, student subject and teacher subject. What student is studying what subject and what teacher is teaching what subject. And we have the last category, that is the time capsule data, that is dependent on the time, that is specifically the student semester data. This data can be added into the system in 3 different ways. One is through our ERP system. If you have an ERP system that is there in the college, you can extract the data out from there, import it into our standard formats that are there, and import it into the platform. Second is you can download the formats from our platform, update it as an Excel sheet that you would normally be updating an Excel sheet as, and your data is into the system. And the third and the other format that is there is you would manually enter each and every entry into the system. All 3 methods are available as we speak. Today I will show you the 2 of them, and then the ERP is what we can then talk on. Once you land onto the AICTE 360-degree feedback portal, depending on who you are, currently we will take ourselves as a school admin or the institute admin. We will log in. Once you log in, you will reach the dashboard, from where, as a standard practice for all the upload panel, you simply see the upload panel there. Click on the upload panel. On the right side, you will see the different download formats and the preview formats that you will be able to see. The different files that are there, course level, degree, department, branch, division. All these can be downloaded, added, and then on the right side, you can then simply select them and upload them onto the system. Once they are uploaded onto the system, you will know what was the status of your upload, whether we got inserted, updated, or were there any errors. If there are any errors that were there that the system detected, you can download the error records, rectify them, re-upload them, and ensure that everything is correct and working. I will show you how to add manually a teacher and a student. I will take you through. The steps are very easy in terms of adding a teacher. The flow is very simple. You log in, click on masters, go to teachers, add teacher, fill the details, and submit the information. It's as easy and simple as that. So once you are logged in, you would again come in as at the dashboard. Select from the masters, you select the teachers option. You will see the list of teachers that you have already added. Simply click on add teachers. Once you click on add teacher, a form will display out where you will get all the different options for you to fill in. Once you have filled in your entire information, you can simply say that this is what the information I filled in for the teacher, what position, designation he is there. You simply click on submit and the teacher is registered. I will take you through the upload panel, the one that I explained you some time back as a standard for every upload. This process is again very simple. Simply click on upload panel, select the format that you would want. Say I'm taking the teacher format. I click on download format. A pop-up will come up. I will simply say save it. I can create a folder on desktop that would say 360-degree data. I will simply create that format and upload it. I will save the file. Once I have saved the file and open the file, once I open the file, I will get the entire fields that are there displayed. You can open up your existing Excel file where you have your data and simply copy and paste in the respective fields that are there, and your data can be ready. It's as simple as that. Your data getting ready instantly. Similarly, for students, you can add in the students in the similar format. Very easy if you're going to do a manual update, that you go into master, students, add and update the details. Very easy to fill in. Drop downs are available everywhere. Simply click on masters, student. You get the list of students that are already added. If they are not added, you will not be seeing them. Click on add student. Once you are add student, you will be seeing a form that would be there for student. Self-explanatory form is there. Simply click, update the details and click on submit. And your data is submitted. Similarly, on the upload panel, if you see again, simply select the student, download the format. There are a couple of fields that are more here. So you can save the data, open up the Excel sheet. Once you've opened up the Excel sheet, you will see the fields that are there. All fields are not mandatory. You will know what fields are mandatory, what are not mandatory, and you can start updating your data. Again, if you have the Excel data that you have, you can simply copy paste them here and start using them. If you have an ERP system, you can export from your ERP system into this particular format and upload to the system. Once you have created all the teachers and students for the system, you can then send out SMSs and emails to them with their login credentials. All credentials can be created, all credentials can be sent out from the system itself from here. So you can send to all of them, or you can select the department, or you can manually send each of them individually the SMSs or emails that are required. Similarly, for students, you can send in the SMSs and the emails to all students, again, by the department, by the class, all you can set the limits. All that is there. You can send that out across. So once these emails are sent across, then what do we do? First, we will now see is the student feedback. How easy it is for a student to give a feedback is what we will now see, and then come back. Then we'll see how teachers will give the feedback. So from the portal, if you are on the web, on the portal, click on student feedback. Once you click on student feedback, go on to the AICTE feedback section that is there. The student simply needs to select the subject that he or she is learning. Moment he selects the subject, he will see is on the drop down, he will see the subjects that are there. Once he clicks on the subject, he will see the list of questions that he is supposed to answer. There are about 9 questions that are there. They are rated from 1 star to 5 star. Points are allocated between 1 to 5, and then they are averaged out to 25. So once he gives the star rating and gives the comment, that is it. Now I'll take you through the app that is there. So students can also give it through the app that is there. So once they click on the app, open up the app, links will be provided to you. The person goes into the 360-degree feedback category. He selects the subject that is there, gets the list of questions again, gives the star rating, enters the comment, and gives the subject. It is as simple as that. For students, it is as simple as that. Selecting the subject, giving the star rating between 1 to 5, and they have submitted. We have both available it on the web and on the app. Both are there. That's it for the student right now. For students, it is only giving the answers to the questions that have been asked over there. Now we'll come to now to teachers feedback. That is the HODs, the principals, the directors, and the teachers. What will they be using? They'll be clicking on the teacher, HOD, principal feedback. Based on the position that he or she is, the teacher, HOD, or principal, they will see some options that are additional. So what does a teacher see? A teacher will see only the 2 options that are there, the teaching process and contribution to society. These are the only 2 options that the teacher will see. If he's an HOD, he will see teaching process, contribution to society, and departmental activities. This is an additional option of departmental activities that an HOD will see. He will assign departmental activities for other teachers. And if he is a principal, he or she logs in as a principal, then additional 2 more options come up, that is institute activities and ACR. For institute activities that are conducted by the teacher, they are added there. And the annual confidentiality report, the ACR, is also added in terms of rating between 5 and 10 is put up there. We are only taking in the final ranking. We are not creating the ACR through the system. So how does this work? So, once a teacher logs in, if he's logging in from the web, he sees the AICTE feedback section. He will see this teaching process section that is there. Whatever he has added so far, he will also see that. But if he clicks on add, he can add in how many classes that was scheduled for the teacher and how many he has actually conducted. So a simple pop-up comes up where he selects the subject that he or she is teaching, the semester for which the feedback is being given, the number of classes that was scheduled and actually taken, and if there is some image that is there as a timetable or a signed document that is there, that can be uploaded into the system and can be part of the record. The second thing that a teacher normally also does is contribution to society. All that the person does the contribution to society, say in terms of implementing any of the Indian government schemes like Swachh Bharat Mission, or does blood donation camp, or does yoga classes, all that can be added as contribution to society over here. Simply select the semester for which the activity is done and select the activity and update by giving in the required proof, say, as a photograph of the blood donation camp or anything that the person has done. In HOD, we've said that he will see as an additional option of departmental activities where he can add for other teachers, including the teaching process and contribution. If he or she is also teaching, he or she can add in the teaching process, contribution to society, and departmental activities for other teachers. Here you would have seen the additional option coming up. The HOD will see the additional list of teachers for whom he has already given the departmental activities. He can simply click on add, select the teacher, select the semester, select the activity, and submit it. As simple as that. Similarly for principal, only difference here is now the institute activities. So institute related activities like exam duties, creating an institute website, organized a conference. Okay, so similar such activities can be put up there as institute activities and they can be added. Same thing here, select the department, select the teacher, select the semester activity and submit it. For ACR we are again doing wherein we are just selecting the ranking from 5 being satisfactory and 10 being extraordinary. The department is selected, the teacher is selected, the academic year for which the ACR has been provided is selected and submitted to the system. For this, we also have is an app. So all those who don't want to use the web can also use the app. So once we are logged in, based on the position the teacher is in, he will see the additional options. Like he would, if he's a teacher, he would just see teaching process and contribution to society. If he is an principal or a director, he will see the additional options that are there. So including departmental activities, institute activities, and ACR. All these can be filled in from the app also. So I will show you some screens. So over here, once the teacher selects the subject, a simple screen will come up where the teacher selects the subject, the semester, and the classes he is supposed to be taking, the scheduled classes and actual classes, and upload the image here also. Down below, if he scrolls, he can see what all has been submitted so far by him. For departmental activities, the HOD can add in the different departmental activities that are there. Simple list again. If he's a lab in charge, he did some consultancy or created a timetable or did student registration form or something like that. All these activities can be added as departmental activities. And for institute activities, similarly, click on institute activity and fill in this institute activity, different institute activities like, creating an HOD, organized a conference, coordinated with the head of the institute, created an institute website. All that can be part of the institute activity that is there. A whole list that can be added by the college itself. They can add these additional options that are required. Standard will be provided. Others can be added by the admin. Similarly, contribution to society can be added there. Once the teachers have logged in and given their update and feedback, these can be only seen as terms of reporting that are there. So department-wise teachers, how many have logged in and started work, the admin can see that, the principal can see that, or the person designated as an AICTE the AICTE 360-degree feedback coordinator can see this, update this, and inform to the director or the principal that what is the progress happening in terms of reporting. So they will be able to see how many teachers have logged in and are ready to give feedback. Similarly, for students, department-wise, we'll be able to see how many students have been logged in and ready to give feedback. At the end, there'll be this report that will be the institute will be able to see what is the 360 feedback report for every teacher. Simply go into the report, 360-degree feedback report, click on report, and a report is generated for a teacher. For the selected year, they'll be able to see what has been the teaching process, student feedback, departmental activity, institute activity, ACR, and contribution to society. So this as a whole will be represented as a 360-degree final report that will go across as the teacher score. The admin will also be able to see how many people have given feedback so far. These are only counts. Nobody will be able to see what student feedback has been provided. Student feedback is only in terms of score. It is an anonymous feedback that is there, but we do take into this thing that these many people have given feedback and these are yet to be given feedback. So these are the things that will be there. So these are the links for access that are there. The Android app is available on the App Store, that is there. On the web, the links are there. These links, once you click in, you will be able to view them and access them. The next steps of implementation will be driven by AICT. AICT will direct every college as to what will be the next steps for implementation and how do we take this forward, what all will be done there. Everything will be taken care by AICT. Thank you very much. And now we shall take up some questions. If anybody has, you can type it into the chat box and we will take up questions from there.
Now, Khatri, please do one thing. Do you have the flow chart also, which you people have shared with us?
Sir, we did show the flow chart, sir.
Then completely we went through that also in the sequential activity.
Right, sir.
And perfect. Then in that case, if somebody has any query, if the audience and gathering participants who are listening to us, we did give you a detailed brief about the portal, about the app. We did tell you the mechanism as to how to be downloading it and subsequently how to register through it. In due course of time, I would also be sharing the frequently asked questions along with answers. But can you now on chat box, everybody can keep coming and putting some questions, for us to actually speaking, understand what are the questions. Yes, there is an Android version, mobile app is also there. The people are writing question, is there is a mobile version? Yes, it is there. As far as
yes, it is there. We've shown the mobile app also.
Absolutely. I recollect that slide. Obviously, it's a mobile app, means it's available in the Play Store. So that also does the question. As far as the people are asking questions about the breakdown of the 25 teaching marks, I would request everybody to please go through the AICT Gazette notification, which I did mention in the beginning. I did mention about AICT Gazette notification dated 1st March 2019, annexure 4, pages 45 to 49. Please, everybody requested to read the Gazette. It is already 1.5 years that the Gazette is in public domain. So your question which you are putting here, how would the breakdown of 25 teaching marks, is very much given in the Gazette. Please go through that. Okay, there is a question actually speaking which has come. Khatri, it's to you.
Okay.
On the application store, that is the Play Store, this which name? This particular app is by what name?
The student is called a smart student and teacher is called a smart teacher.
So in Play Store, one needs to go and type smart teacher.
Yes.
Okay. So that thing also clarifies, because somebody has written that he is typing 360-degree and it's not available. So it has to be told that he needs to be typing smart student and smart teacher.
Yes, we are also sharing on the screen. I will share is the QR code and the short URL, the bit.ly URL, and you can see from the bit.ly URL as to what it is, and simply visit the URL.
So just put this as the last slide always.
Yeah, I will do that, sir.
Let this be the last slide, because this question gets very, very nicely answered by this. So hopefully that Dr. Jaya runs. Dr. S.S. Jarans, your query has been answered. If you can see this. Yes, now its second question is it evaluation for a semester or year-wise? The evaluation for this activity is an ongoing activity. It's a day-to-day activity which you need to be doing it, and quite obviously, as ACR is written once in a year, the activity will be culminated towards your ACR, which is an yearly. However, as an year has 2 semesters, so quite obviously it will be a cumulative effect of both the activities towards your final ACR. We would be sharing this complete presentation, the registration process, the links, the frequently asked questions. I will share it with the Directorate of Technical Education, Tamil Nadu, and I will request them to further share ahead with each one of you. You will get that. And secondly, from our AICT portal, I will share it with each and every AICT approved institute in Tamil Nadu. So I would request that you all to please approach your principal and director, because this would be sent by today afternoon. Immediately after lunch, that will be the first thing which I would be sending it to everybody. Okay, somebody seems to be asking questions as to what is the breakdown of the activities which needs to be carried out towards contribution to the society. I gave the same question. It's a maximum 10 marks. I did give an answer to the previous question on the similar lines where you had a teaching process. Quite understandably, your attention would be drawn to the Gazette. If you can read in the Gazette, it is very clearly mentioned as to what all other societal activities.
Some of the societal activities would include blood donation drives, yoga classes, induction program, medical camp, health camp, literacy camp, tree plantation, environmental awareness, any of the government related schemes like Swachh Bharat Mission, Unnat Bharat Mission, NCC, NSS, Mahatma Gandhi Swachhata Abhiyan, or any other government schemes that are there, they can be considered as contribution to society.
Very nicely covered, Rakesh. I would request Rakesh once again, just keep your last slide flashed in which you have that QR code, because people still seem to be asking continuously the QR code and the link only. So just keep that last slide flashed. As long as we are there, keep it on.
Okay.
See, for all those participants who are listening, you are in an absolute freedom. You can download it within your laptop, desktop, or in mobile. It is working under all the 3 forums and platform. So that's not a concern which should be affecting at all. My request would be, download it and start registering. Then only there will be some problems or issue coming for the purposes of registration. That is where I would request you to please approach our office. Dr. Ahmed Jelani Basha, my request is to your question is, what all are teacher activities? Please, I did draw your attention to the Gazette. Please read the Gazette. Everybody to please read the Gazette. Dr. Bala Subramaniam, as to how to measure the genuinity of marks awarded by the students. Trust us, students also are reasonably capable these days, and their marking system is not based on a singular student, it's based on a wider platform. So overall, when you take a feedback collectively, it averages out from somebody who has not rated well to somebody who overrates. The AICT Gazette notification is there. It's there on public domain in the website. Please just type it. Dr. Prabhakaran, just type it on the Google. Exactly these 3 words, AICT Gazette notification, 1st March 2019. Just type it. It's available on the Google only. It is supposed to be in public domain. My request is it's there for 1.5 years. And it's applicable to you people. So please download it from there only and go through it. You will understand everything what is written today here. And what we are trying to bring out to your information is already part of it. What is ACR? From Dr. Surya Narayan Muthuvel Kannan. ACR happens to be your annual confidential report, which is generated on every government official in whichever department or in whichever stream he or she is. That ACR is supposed to be based on your performance in that particular year. Further, what is the definition of ACR and how does ACR define? Again, my answer is please go through the Gazette. It is mentioned what all activities will be covered in that. Yes, you can add new departmental and institutional activities to Dr. Balasubramaniam. It can be added. Okay, Dr. Sokalingam, you have asked a question. Sorry, Dr. Selvam has asked a question. Is it necessary to follow the same pattern or we can split up? Or you can have a slight change. Your slight change is permitted. A little bit of variation to this you can carry out, subject to the fact that you do not alter the basic framework in such a manner that the purpose of this 360-degree feedback gets defeated. You are supposed to be giving an official order for its implementation as of 31st March. For all those who are asking this query as to when do we start implementing it, we are giving you 3 months time. That is from January to 31st March for each and every institute to make sure that their faculties and students are registered. And quite obviously, 3 months means till 31st March. 1st April, every activity as far as the feedback is concerned would be only and only taken from this app for many purposes which I have spelled out in the beginning. And as Rakesh very clearly brought out, the administrator has the rights to go through and find out from any institute as to how many faculties have logged in or registered. And please understand, at AICT, we have the complete details of each and every faculty. I have the full details of any institute and the number of faculties because you yourself, at the time of seeking approval, give the details. All I require is to do a cross-check that these many faculties are there in an institute and only so many people have registered. So take it to that seriousness, that this is slightly an important subject, even though we have got delayed, but any activity which is a quality activity which comes in always takes certain time. अपना ऑडियो बंद करो, सेम कमरे में दो नहीं, आप बोल दो एक कमरे में 2 ऑडियो में सेट एको. All the attendees, all of them will download the applications and they will go to the link and click. However, it is mandatory for everyone to first upload the data. Only then they will see the connectivity between the students and the teachers or the faculty. You mean to say the whole strength of the college needs to be first registering themselves? Either the full strength or even department. But they should immediately take this action of uploading the data. Khatri.
Yes, sir.
Khatri, please clarify this subject. Now, for the purposes of registration, what I am being told, is uploading of the data from the institute side is the first basic activity before people start registering and start seeing each other's name on that particular portal.
Yes,
Please,
that
please
is
clarify this to the complete audience.
yes, that is precisely when at the beginning I said the data is classified into 4 different sections: the institute data, the entity data, the mapping data. What we want is authenticity of the data, that the student who is studying in the college is only giving feedback for the teacher that he or she is being taught with. The sanctity of data which needs to be maintained, this will be created by the admin. He will ensure that this data is first entered into the system, where entire linking between the teacher and student is done before the teacher or the student can give a feedback. This is very essential that the college admin, whoever is the administrator, would want, who takes the responsibility of creating and adding this data, has will be provided with the access. Once that linking is done, then the teacher, the HOD, the principal will be able to give in the feedback.
That's very nicely brought out.
There was a question as to who can submit the ACR. Principal only can submit the ACR. The ACR is left only for the principal to submit in.
That's correct. That's very correct. ACR has to be submitted only by the head of the institute. Nobody else can initiate an ACR on any faculty. Yes, correct. Entire student information has to be added on the portal. Unless and until you share your students' data, how can a particular faculty be given a feedback from the students? His batch, whatever course he is taking, that particular thing has to give a feedback to him. It is absolutely mandatory for all institutes who have AICTE's approval, whether it's a self-financing, it's a semi-autonomous, it's a government or government-aided. As long as you are AICTE approved, it is mandatory for you. All activities, I am again and again repeating, none of the activities you can give at the end of the academic year. All activities are supposed to be served or notice given to people at the commencement of the academic year. Dr. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, unless and until you notify them that in your institute, basically these are the various activities which you will be taking for the purposes of social activities. These you will take it as institute development activities. These you will take it as so and so. You need to intimate beforehand. Now all the teachers can register themselves. However, there is one thing. Your unique AICTE approved ID, which is there with AICTE, you need to be using the same AICTE approved ID while registering in this 360-degree app also. Because as far as we are concerned, I would be only identifying you by your unique AICTE approved ID and not by your name. Yes, the portal, and as the breakdown always is to Dr. Swarna Lakshmi ma'am, it is always feedback is taken from the current students who are undergoing the teaching and learning. The students who have passed out, ideally speaking, come into a category of society. They have passed out and now they cannot, after passing out, give a comment. However, the point is very valid point, and there is a thought process of including society also, where we can incorporate parents, the passed out faculty, the alumni, and the industry. There is a thought process, but that amounts to actually us going back to the revision of the Gazette. It's a little longish procedure. So for the time being, let us first implement it in the way it is going. And over a period of time, we will keep, yes, very good question, Dr. Sekhar. I did answer your query of alumni feedback. It is under consideration. To Dr. Hema Meenakshi ma'am, the mandatory pedagogical training for senior faculty is not ready yet. Yes, you are right. This particular aspect is also under development. And by the time we are intimating you that by 1st April, this 360-degree feedback has to be compulsorily implemented. That particular mandatory pedagogical training for senior faculty also would have been prepared, and it would be offered to all faculties more than 5 years of service. Yes, a valid question which has come from Professor Surya Narayan. If a faculty goes on study leave, I would in fact take this question little ahead. If a faculty goes on study leave, stroke he goes on deputation, then what are the ways and means for calculation? This is also very clearly highlighted in the Gazette. For the purposes of your marks as far as your deputation is concerned, I think you're being rated as good, very good, and excellent or outstanding, and corresponding 360-degree feedback marks are given to you without you having any industrial activity being carried out, without you undergoing any faculty development program. So this has been very clearly spelled out. And as far your study leave is concerned, it is also being very clearly mentioned, because you would be, during your study leave, you are supposed to be carrying out certain activities in your place of the work, which is a new institution, and quite obviously there would be the marks from that institution. Okay, it's good to see so many queries coming. I would also like to say that we would be very shortly having our Honorable Vice Chairman, Professor MP Punia sir, also joining. This complete activity which I am spelling out as of now in front of you is the brainchild of our Honorable Vice Chairman only. So it's quite apt and very relevant that we have our Vice Chairman coming and speaking on the importance of this subject and making each and everybody further realize that how serious is the activity at this end. How to know the unique AICTE ID for teacher? If you are an AICTE approved faculty from an AICTE approved institution, you already have a unique ID. It is known to all faculties. And that is how you are there. In case if you do not know, then my request would be just walk over to your administration and walk over to your head of the institute. He will let you know immediately. We have our Honorable Vice Chairman, Professor MP Punia sir, who has joined in. Professor MP Punia sir, are you listening to us, sir?
Yes, Colonel Saab, yes.
Very good, sir. Welcome, sir. It's a great honor, sir, that our Honorable Vice Chairman MP Punia sir, being extremely busy, has spared some time to come on this platform. Sir, I will give you a small rundown and brief. We are carrying out this webinar for sensitization of all the institutes, faculty and students for the state of Tamil Nadu. A very active participation by the Directorate of Technical Education, Tamil Nadu, Dr. Vivekanandan, and the regional officer. And today we have a participation which is crossed 1,000, and the number of questions are also We have been taking questions now for the last 15-20 minutes. Notwithstanding, sir, also we would be sharing the complete presentation. We would be sharing the registration methodology. We would be sharing the link, and we would also be sharing with them the frequently asked questions. And we have also made them realize and mention the seriousness which with this 360-degree feedback app should be taken, sir. Without wasting any time, I will now request our Honorable Vice Chairman, Professor Punia, sir, to please address the gathering, sir.
Thank you, Colonel Saab. Thank you very much for this wonderful workshop which you are conducting, and that too on the 360-degree feedback which teachers are supposed to have. The foremost part, as far as this feedback is concerned, we want the good work which is being done by the teachers. There has to be appreciation for that one. It is just like any team leader when he's speaking and some good decisions are being taken, good work is being taken, he expects that clapping it has to be. No, it is just like a clapping for good work of the teachers. So the 360-degree feedback mechanism which you have devised in 7th Pay Commission, it is basically for rewarding the teachers. The good work which is being done by the teachers, the appreciation from student side, from head of the department, from principal, from the PS, from society, there has to be appreciation for good work. Even if some shortcomings are there, those shortcomings should come in front of the management, in front of the academic leaders, so that those shortcomings can be sorted out, teachers can be helped, teachers can be empowered. So in their career progression, in fact, they should not feel those challenges which it has been pointed out by the students or by the seniors or by the principal. So this mechanism is basically encouraging the teachers. It is not for penalizing. First of all, it should be very clear in 7th Pay Commission, the mechanism which we have devised, special career progression path, it has been put forward for the purpose of those teachers who are doing wonderful work. If this input from the teachers and from head of the department, from principal, if it is more than 80% marks, if it is been given to those teachers, and those teachers have done research work relatively less, or patenting or whatever the parameters may be, if that part is quite weak, but as far as delivery inside the classes, the learning which is happening inside the classes, if that learning is really good and if students are appreciating, then we are forgetting that part, that if it is, research is not being done by teachers significantly, still we'll be awarding those teachers, because foremost task of a teacher is to make learning effective. Whatever we are having as per our curriculum, as per the course, how much of that one is being grabbed by the students, what is the level of happiness, what is the level of satisfaction of the student, that exactly the purpose of this one. And we people, we are saying we are the teachers, we should be role model for the students. Whatever we are doing, that same will be replicated in the career path of the students also. So the making one person as a role model, these are in fact inputs for that one. If those inputs which is being given by AICT in the form of 7th Pay Gazette notification, that is in what way that teacher can be proved as a role model, because there may be many shortcomings in teaching, in delivery, in the form of assessment, in the form of planning of the content. But if someone won't tell that how, then how teacher will improve. So first and foremost thing which we have done now, the starting which we have done, that is in the basis, on the basis of national initiative for technical teachers training. From last year, we have started some pedagogical competency building of the teachers in the form of some e-contents we have designed. It has been put on SWAYAM platform. There are 8 standard modules, and in those 8 standard modules, what is the technical education, what is the role of teachers, what values and sanskaras teacher will have to have, in what way he'll be planning his instructions, how he'll be delivering, how assessment of the students it has to be done, what are the ICT skills of the teachers, how some effective research and innovation will be done by the teachers, and in what way he can manage the whole system of delivery inside the class. So those sort of modules are there, and in those modules he'll have to appear in the examination. He'll have to go into the industries for some hands-on capability building, so that industrial training part also it is there. But foremost thing is whatever he has learned through those 8 modules, whatever he has learned in the industry, he'll be coming in the class, and inside the class one senior teacher will be sitting as a mentor, and he'll tell that these are the shortcomings, please improve. So when he'll deliver, there are two inputs in fact. One is from that senior person side, another one will be from student side. So all those inputs will be making that teacher perfect as far as delivery of the contents are concerned, as far as his sincerity is concerned, as far as his covering of whole syllabus is concerned, and in what way he is connecting himself with the students. So all sorts of input with the help of that senior mentor as well as from these students will be. And everything, if you are combining all together, first of all we'll be saying the teacher is capable to teach in technical education, and second one, not only teaching but how he'll be progressing in his career. That is the foremost task for our national initiative on teachers training, as well as 7th pay gazette notification, where we'll be taking 360-degree feedback. Even some teachers are performing not as per the expectation from that teacher. If he is not performing, then certainly it is responsibility of the management that they should identify those gaps, and those gaps should be fulfilled in time to come, say in 2 years time, in 3 years time, in 5 years time. And for filling those gaps, AICT is also ready at every point of time. The initiatives which we people have taken in the form of AQIS scheme, in the form of some quality improvement program for the teachers, in terms of giving exposure to the teachers inside the India, outside the India, modernization of your laboratories, wherever help we are giving, how that help can improve the teacher, where some shortcomings are there, those help should also be aligned with the initiatives which AICT is having, our policies, new education policies, the outcome of new education policies, outcome of AICT initiatives, everything should lend to improve the quality of teaching of that teacher, the confidence building of that teacher. That's the sole purpose. And if you see the criteria, in fact in those criteria, I'll be requesting all the director technical educations or vice chancellors who are sitting here, please identify those gaps, and those training need gaps, in fact please communicate to us also, so that whenever we'll be planning our trainings through Atal programs, or through our STTP schemes, or our FDP schemes, or through IST the training which we are imparting, or through universities the training which we are imparting to the teachers, at least it should be help to us. So the planning which we are doing, how it can be done, that planning. And foremost thing in this case is the weightage which is given, it is on practical component, hands-on part. The teacher should be competent basically in improving the qualities of hands-on skills of the students. So students will be skilled only if teachers are skilled, and those teachers are popular. It is my experience of 30 years in teaching, only those teachers are popular in the academic institutes who are practically sound, who are flexible, who are caring for the students. So for improving that practical skills, improving the attitude of the teachers, improving the sincerity of the teachers, we are having many initiatives. So please do tell us that how that practical skills of the teachers can be improved, how communication skills of the teachers can be improved, how behavior of the teachers can be improved, how attitude of the teachers can be changed. So in those areas, if of individual teachers profile, just scanning of individual teachers if we can do, and that is getting transferred to AICT, getting transferred to universities, so certainly mechanism for improving that also can be started. So sincerely you please do. Through this one we would like to award our teachers also. We are having Vishwakarma Best Teacher Award in the country. Last year we were in the process of identifying some 25 teachers. We couldn't find because the time available which was less, but now we are preparing for awarding the teachers also. So one is in the form of giving them their promotions, another one at national level, how those reputed teachers can come forward, can be brought forward, and they can become champion teachers in time to come. So our sole purpose is basically to clap for the teachers who are doing good work. That's the foremost task. I'm requesting everyone. I think Colonel is giving some 15 days time for implementing this whole software. bringing whole profile of the teachers, scanning those teachers, identifying the gaps, communicating to AICT, planning of AICT through new education policy implementation, as well as the schemes which we are having, so that the empowerment of the teachers can be done, good teachers can be awarded, they can progress, and fast track promotion. One promotion. So that fast track promotion will be implemented if some inputs will be having. With these words, thank you very much. We are expecting enormous help from the Director Technical Education, head of the done at the earliest possible. Best wishes.
Thank you, sir. It was a great hearing from you, and quite obviously, sir, everybody in the audience, including the panelists, also benefited quite a lot, understanding various new facets of this 360-degree feedback, sir. Thank you once again for sparing your valuable time, sir. And we also have the Directorate of Technical Education, Dr. Vivekanandan. Dr. Vivekanandan, if you're there, we have acknowledged your great contribution towards making this particular activity a huge success. It could not have been possible, for implementing these kind of guidelines or even passing directions of this nature without the active help of the state directorates of technical education. And in your case, a huge compliments to you for ensuring that this message has been conveyed to so many people. But one sincere request in continuation to the request which has been coming to you for last 1 week. Now is the time for implementing this particular thing in the institutes, wherein every faculty and student has to register. So my sincere request would be, we would be requesting your office to please carry out an implementation and make sure that it is completed in a time-bound manner. I would request Dr. Vivekanandan to please speak few words.
This gravity actually gives us an idea as to how we need to relook and look at the way we do things, and we need to perhaps very critically examine out of those difficult concepts.
Yes, Dr. Vivekanandan, you are just, yes.
That is very clear.
Thank you. So I would like to give respect to our chairman AICT and respect.
Give us a complete plan, and we as heads of the different units are committed to crystallize that into the reality and hard addiction. And even controller Dr. Same also.
Dr. Vivekanandan, you are slightly not heard this side. Dr. Vivekanandan, your audio is not coming. We can very well see you in the video. My request would be if you can switch off the video and then come on the audio, That way you will get the bandwidth.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. I will stop the video. Yeah. Thanks to AICT for this initiative. And yesterday we had a meeting all our engineering colleges and 500 plus polytechnics in different groups. We have zonal offices in the care of principal of engineering college.
For the purpose of identifying young in rural areas and giving them
Result. And all the messages given in follow up will be in touch with the concerned stakeholding institutional heads, and we will keep posting the development and useful in knowing the micro level details of the various projects. Number 19 issued 14th January of this year. So we are also following up the issue, and hereafter we will follow very closely and continuously, and we will keep our Apex institution updated about the progress. So thanks for the opportunity, and we will definitely take up all the presentations made today. I think it will be available to all our institutions. We will prepare some video tutorial also to make it more down to earth kind of I will forward with the blessings and guide for AICT Apex. We'll move forward. Thank you, sir, for this. Initially, last spell to interact with our AICT official for this Pragati and Shaksham program, and very good number of response. Government of Tamil Nadu has been given the highest number of fund allocation. Accept the deny. So definitely, Government of Tamil Nadu, all institutions will be very. To keep up our demonstrate our capability, and with all your support, definitely we'll move forward and do well. Thank you, and thanks also in the throughout the state. We expected 1,200 more plus. Plus on board. We will reach whoever could not come on board. We will reach them through our meetings, series of meetings at the zonal level, and we'll report back to AICTE. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Dr. Vivekanandan. It's a great contribution, and let me also compliment you and your complete team once again for a wonderful activity. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I would also request Mr. Avinash Kulkarni, sir, to thank you and your complete team. You've been a great support. You're all the way from US. It's early morning, midnight, early morning, somewhere in between.
Yes, it is midnight. But it has been a great pleasure. And I must say our experience in dealing with the students of Tamil Nadu has been absolutely great. We have over 30 interns from Avinash Lingam Institute from Coimbatore, and we find the students very enthusiastic and very talented. So I'm very happy that now we are engaging with the teachers as well. And this program was a great success. Thank you so much for joining in big numbers.
Thank you, Avinash, sir. The compliments and complete regards do come to you and your team also. Thanks, Rakesh Khatri. You've been a great presenter. Keep adding on to these set of new questions which keep coming in, so that we are in a position to make a very good kind of a frequently asked questions bank. My only request would be that FAQs should be supported with questions and the correct connected answers. The FAQ is complete only if a question is supported with an answer, that we will do it. If the audience is listening, we are in the process of making an FAQs. I would be sharing it. It will do come to you, but as AICTE, Mr. Avinash, Dr. Vivekanandan, all of us said collectively, and our Honorable Vice Chairman, Professor MP Punia, did mention this is a mandatory activity, so please see to it. Under no circumstances, any one of us here is trying to penalize anybody. It's a collective work towards improving the quality. Thanks to each of the participants who took out their time to attend the program. Thanks to each faculty, student, research scholar. If I'm missing out some other portion of the stream as far as the academics is concerned, thanks to each one. Thank you, Dr. Shekhar. You've been great participant as far as the questions are concerned. Thank you. You can any given time give a mail. As far as I am at AICTE is concerned, my mail ID and mobile is known to people. You can please give a question and it will surely be responded. In the meantime, my humble submission is, please do log in, please do raise your queries. Please make us work together with each one of us and make this particular program a success. Thank you once again, thanking each one of us to make sure that The message is driven home till the last person. Thank you. Thanks a lot. It's been a great participation, and thank you to Shubhangi ma'am also, who has been very patiently here in ensuring that these activities do happen. Thank you, ma'am. And thanks to the complete team of AICT also behind this who has been working. Thank you, and we will try to get in touch with you people maybe in a fortnight's time once again, when you people are halfway down the implementation on your issues. See you again in next time. Wishing you all the best. Thank you, and regards to each and everyone who has attended the function.